Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight on Kentucky Sports Television. I'm Thomas Beisner, joined again by Bradley McKee. We're inside the Georgia Dome. Kentucky just lost 75-68 to Duke. Kind of ended our trip on a sour note,
yes,
Bradley.
It did.
But for losing, Kentucky still showed some positive signs in the loss.
Yeah, I thought they played really hard. They played better than they did against Maryland. They actually put two halves together.
Right.
You know, it was a little sloppy in the beginning, but I thought they played really well. I thought that, they really attacked the rim, and I saw some good things from Alex Poitras and other guys, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but I thought they did well.
Yeah, John Calipari actually after the game came in and talked about his team playing well, being impressed with seeing some things even though they lost. Here's what he had to say.
You know what happens when you're a freshman team, and I told the guys after, I said we had about 3 spells of a minute and a half that we do something dumb on our end and they come down and what a good team is going to do, they capitalize. So there was probably 2 or 3 spells of a minute and a half that cost us the game. And then down the stretch, we had our chances, missed a shot, had a ball in the post, we didn't catch it. But we're still learning. I'm not even sure. You know, we went pick and roll. The way it looked, they should have done it the whole game. But we got some lobs. But then you saw us in the post, and you could say, well, you should have done that the whole game. I mean, we're still trying to figure out our team. They fought. Alex played today. You know, we worked for 2 days on Alex getting to the rim and dunking balls, and he followed through. Nerlens played well today. I thought Archie played well. We didn't play that bad. I mean, we shoot 49%, only have 13 turnovers. They out-rebound us by 1. We're just learning that. We focused 2 days on that. But they only had 8 turnovers and make a couple threes that we don't make.
Even without their starting point guard tonight, the offense, it looked like it was bogged down at times. Archie Goodwin is a phenomenal playmaker.
Yes.
He made some bad decisions. He missed some shots. But he is a guy who we still say Dwayne Wade-type player,
yes.
phenomenal athlete. Coach K talked about that afterwards. But you said in the pregame, I'll give you credit, Alex Poitras is the key. He had a big night tonight.
He had a real good night tonight. He looked really comfortable out there. Every
Right.
time he got the ball, he was attacking the rim. He was trying to go dunk on somebody, and as he did,
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
He needs to be aggressive. You know, he's naturally a guy that's very shy, very quiet, very reserved, and he needs to find something in him. As Calipari says, needs to be a beast. We've heard Cal say it several times, and after the game, Cal actually said tonight Alex Poitras was a beast.
He's a beast. That's what he needed to look like. That's who he is. He's not a 2-guard. He is a beast. So be a beast. I don't want to see any of the cute stuff. Get the ball by the guy and dunk on somebody. And he did it. Tip, dunk, and then shoot a couple threes when you can. And that's what he did.
And Bradley, that aggressiveness, that attitude that Poitras had was carried over by the entire team.
Yes.
We saw all the guys attacking the basket from Jared Polson to Archie Goodwin, but it was Duke. So there was some flopping around. And actually, John Calipari said at halftime going in that he thought they were flopping. If it was in the NBA, they'd be called for fouls. You like Cal's attitude a little bit?
I like Cal. I like how he kind of took a little jab at Duke a little bit, and I don't think Krzyzewski liked that a little bit.
No. After the game, Mike Krzyzewski actually had this say. A reporter questioned him, said, "Did you hear what John Calipari said?" He said, "No." They explained it to him, and this is what Coach K said about Cal's comments at halftime.
Well, I mean, he has a right to say whatever he wants. You know, I mean, I thought we took some amazing charges and probably could have I thought we had taken a couple more. You know, there's a difference between a charge and a flop. A flop means you don't take any contact. And I would hope that anybody who watches the game would say that our kids really played outstanding defense and were there to take charges. And we don't make any money, so we can't be fined.
Coach K, he was very delicate in how he put that. And later on, actually, he was asked about Kentucky's offense. And he said, John wants to talk about my team. I'll let him talk about his own team. I'm not going to say anything. You get the feeling, even when we talked with John Roth yesterday, Coach K maybe is the biggest fan of John Calipari.
Yeah, they look like they got a little tension there because Cal took a shot at him at halftime on that little speak. But I think that, they got a little tension going there. I like it. I like it because I think that these teams probably will match up again sometime later in the Sweet 16 or the Final Four, I think. But so I think it kind of gets it stirred up a little bit, get everybody talking like us talking about it. So
and I think it's healthy respect.
Yes.
I mean, no question, two of the best coaches in all of college basketball. but there's that competitiveness, and we saw that on the court from the teams tonight. There was a lot of trash talking. Julius Mays.
Yes.
Interesting. Julius Mays was the one in the middle of most of the trash
Yes.
talk. Would you have guessed Julius?
I would never guess Julius. Julius was running it back and forth. He hit a couple shots, and they were pushing and shoving. Yeah. I was like, look at this.
And he was probably calling everybody young blood, right? Like that, like the Uncle Drew commercial. But there was a lot of pushing back and forth. Mason Plumlee, a big, strong guy.
Yes.
Very strong around the basket, grabbing rebounds and boxing out, pushing guys. I thought UK at the beginning of the game, Nerlens Noel struggled.
Yes.
They were getting a lot of offensive rebounds, but they adjusted. They went when Nerlens was on offense, went right at Mason Plumlee. When he was on defense, he didn't back down from him.
No, he did not.
Were you impressed at what we saw? Rebound, it was another big key we talked about, and from the defense of the big guys.
I thought they rebounded the ball a little bit better. Now, it was times there where they needed to rebound and get the ball. They didn't do it, and so it hurt them. And that's when Curry hit those big shots. But I thought they did a good job against Plumlee. You know, he got in foul trouble. Yeah. He was out of game. I thought that was the opportunity for Kentucky to really take advantage of that, and they didn't. Yeah. They actually went down by 14. Right. So man, it was tough.
Cal talks about it, and he said in the post game, what he's teaching the team is that a minute and a half can lose you a game. And they don't know that because when they're in high school, you make up for that. If you have a couple of minutes, you make up for it. Tonight, it was just one spurt, two little spurts that really cost them. But in the end, this is a big-time learning experience for this young team, right?
I think this is a great learning experience for this team. I think that, sometimes a loss, you learn. You can go back in, you can break the film down. You can say, hey, guys, look at what we did. And I think it was really good for these young players to see what they did tonight that will carry over for the next game because they have a little cupcake schedule coming up here, and not say what cupcake, but there's going to be tough.
Cupcake.
Yeah, it's cupcake. So I think when it comes time for conference play, they'll be ready. I think this game was like a championship game.
And a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook comparing it to the UConn game 2 years ago in Maui, and then of course Kentucky got another shot at UConn in the Final Four. Hopefully, if they get Duke, it will end better than that game did. Don't go anywhere because coming up after the break, we're going to talk with Christian Laettner, Jeff Shepard, and even Christian Laettner's mom. They were on hand for an event yesterday to raise money for the V Foundation. We had a chance to catch up with them. That's right after this. Check your forecast on CN2.